Welcome back. This is Warlord Radio, and we're doing another short episode where we just talk about whatever the fuck is on our minds.
Yes.
And on this clip, we are going to talk about Doom. So we're going to list out our personal top 5 favorite Doom bands, or at least whatever the fuck you're listening to most these days.
And if you don't know what Doom is, why are you watching our show? But thank you.
Google it.
Do your Googles.
Yeah. Google it.
Anytime you hear crushingly slow tempos, and it sounds like the singer's on Oxycontin and he's just screaming at the mic most of the time, like, no, that's...
Or it's very...
Yeah,
right.
very and slow.
So,
it's always slow. They make up for
Right.
They make up for a tempo with volume, though, because if you ever go to a Doom show, it's the loudest fucking thing you've ever heard in your life.
Reportedly, if you go to see Sun, however the fuck, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They got the hoods and the fucking stacks.
yes.
Fucking evidently, it's like it changes your brain chemistry
Yeah,
and
like
shit. It's so fucking,
alters
yeah.
So the only parameter that I would say is don't include Black Sabbath because it's too obvious because
right, that's going to be in every list.
they're the metal/doom band.
We're all having this conversation because of Black Sabbath.
Exactly.
So given that, let's acknowledge it up front, but aside from that,
Black Sabbath is disqualified.
Can we do
because
a real quick off the top of the head, best favorite Black Sabbath song? Go.
Children of the Sea.
Children of the Grave?
No, Children of the Sea.
Oh, okay.
Off the Heaven and
I got
Hell.
you. Okay.
Because I love Dio era
Deep
Sabbath.
cut. All right, what do you got?
man, one favorite,
Just you off.
Black Sabbath.
Okay,
Yeah.
boom. A National Acrobat.
It's a great song.
Fucking great song.
That's-
So let's just, Black Sabbath is one of the greatest fucking bands of all time, in my opinion.
So with that, Sam, what would be your Doom list?
I can't really put, unlike the Black Metal list, I can't really put these in any specific order.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in order. Just
I
go
would
with
say this is more on the side of Death Doom, but it's still
counts.
Yeah. Mine is going to be a little more hybrid situation on my list. I would say Temple of Void.
I like to
Out of Detroit, they're fucking super sick. Best Death Doom vocalist in the game right now.
They got a fairly new album out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It came out sometime like March, April, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. This year.
Yeah. The world that it's hard. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Fucking.
But that's a killer album.
Yeah, the world that was is fantastic. They have 3 albums. They're all very fucking good. Yob would be another pick. Fucking out of Portland or Eugene, Oregon. Actually, 3-piece. The biggest sounding 3-piece I think I've ever heard that isn't Rush for Privates.
I think actually, because I know about Yob because you told me about Yob, and I think you did that on the original episode that you were on this fucking podcast.
Probably. I'm a humongous. I love fucking. Mike Scheidt is a huge influence on me as a guitar player. Go listen to the fucking The Great Cessation and Clearing the Path to Ascend, to the 2 albums I've listened to.
Okay.
And Tune Lower. I'm gonna go. I might have to put this guy on 2 lists. I'm about to say Meesmore, who's also on my black metal list.
Solid, yeah.
But is wholly black into doom by his own description.
For sure.
And I'm gonna go. I had this conversation with my girlfriend. Does Crowbar count as doom?
Do you count
I think Crowbar counts as doom.
If you do, I mean, it's your list, so if you count it that way...
then I'm going to goddamn say Crowbar, for sure.
Crowbar's
Most would say they're sludge, and I'm not going to disagree with you, but those are pretty adjacent.
Sludge and doom are, I wouldn't go as far to say interchangeable, but, there's a lot of, they're across the fucking street from each other. Yeah,
you know what I mean? I guess I'm going to have to go with Thou.
Thou?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thou out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, coming out with a fucking what's sure to be a sick album with Emma Ruth Rundle.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm kind of surprised you like them that much.
I like them a lot.
Okay.
Them or Candlemass.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just, it's a surprising pick.
Yeah. I like that shit a lot.
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right. Well, topping my list is Candlemass. Because along with Sabbath they are by far the Doom I listen to.
They're just
the most.
Fucking good.
Yeah. And the last album that they just put out is fucking sick. I love their riffs and I love their vocals, even though they've changed vocalists a few times.
They always kind of keep it in that
fucking
spirit,
somebody
though.
good. Although props got to go to Messiah Markolin for being the guy.
That guy was just outrageous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny, when I first watched the Bewitched video, I was like, I wonder, when he popped out, he sounded exactly what I thought he was going to sound like. I was like, wow, okay, fuck yeah.
You also got to give Candlemass props for making the most 80s videos ever that are still somehow awesome. Because you watch it, you're like, this is ridiculous, but I love it.
Bewitched is so absurd.
Dude, they shot that thing on a budget of macaroni and cheese.
He's doing this to the girl. This shit
my God.
They crawl out of the little wooden,
they're literally wearing like a fucking monk Halloween costume.
They all bring his casket, and you're like, where's the singer? And then he pops out.
And then they're all like headbanging in the graveyard, wearing high-top sneakers.
It's the greatest fucking video of all
love
time.
it. Like, I'm not being ironic.
No,
shit
I love
great.
this shit.
Rules hard as fuck.
And the guitar solo is like, he's literally just standing on the stairs of a church playing it, and it's the guitar solo in that song is sick as fuck anyway.
Their guitarist is underrated.
Yeah, I agree, man. That guy's like, his phrasing is incredible.
Yeah, he is.
So, I expect to get some shit for this next pick, but I do think that Type O is one of the best Doom bands.
Whoa!
I would not call Type O Doom, but I mean, I guess it makes sense, because I love Type O.
Yeah, but to me, again, it's like, if you're talking about the hallmarks of Doom, of like depressive atmosphere, heavy and crushing riffs, down tempo,
anger.
I just felt like he was way too optimistic about getting laid to be in a Doom band. Like,
that's okay. That's a good point. That's a good, because until you said that, I was like, you know what, Craig's making a good case here.
That's the difference between like the goth and Doom thing, though. It's like, oh, I'm never gonna get the girl, and he's like, I'm gonna get your girl.
No, like the whole thing is that he's not worthy. Like that's like the entire point of his lyrics is that he's either wishing for death because he got dumped, or he feels he's not worthy for
I've been listening to a lot of Type O lately.
That's true. Okay, well.
But anyway, like, you know, I feel like kind of like the whole like Dimmu argument before, where it's like when a band reaches a certain level of popularity, there's people that are like, nah, fuck that band.
Always consider them like the quintessential goth metal.
Yeah, that's me too. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I never thought of him as a Doom band, but I suppose it makes sense. So yeah,
I mean, think about it. Like, listen to some of the riffs off "World Coming Down." Those are Doom riffs.
Yeah,
listen to everything.
They're very bass oriented. You know what I mean? There's very low end oriented there, and there's the atmosphere and the vocals and everything.
What do you think about Carnivore, though?
I love Carnivore. I love Carnivore.
That shit was wild. He had bacon wrapped around his head one time.
Yes. All right, so my next one is a funeral Doom band, and it was actually the first funeral Doom band I ever heard, because I didn't even know of that little like sub genre. And it's not like necessarily my favorite thing, but I feel that My Dying Bride does it better than any of them.
Strong.
We've talked about this. I totally slept on that fucking
big dicked pick right there.
Like, I thought they were a fucking like Hot Topic band.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I saw their shit at Hot Topic, and like I did the name, and we talked about this. But that was like I was at the time in my life where I just made a complete snap judgment about that band without listening to them at all. And then you showed them to me, and I was like, how the fuck was I not listening to this the entire time?
Turn Loose the Swans is one of the best Doom albums of all time.
It is.
It's all good.
They just put out a new single that's awesome. And then also,
I think I watched
the album that got me into them in the first place was The Dreadful Hours. And
The Dreadful Hours is great.
I love that.
Dreadful Hours, and they have I think it's called The Light at the End of the World.
Yep.
That's fantastic. They did less growling stuff on Turn Loose the Swans.
Yeah. But I love that album too. But that's my point, is that even though it's Funeral Doom, albums have a little bit different character each time, even though it retains their sound, and they got some just
which is a very hard fucking thing to do.
Crushing riffs, depressive atmosphere. So it's really good, dark stuff. My next pick is one of those that I think Carrick had on his black metal list, but Celtic Frost.
That's
so
black and
not so much the early Celtic Frost, like To Megatherion and Morbid Tales. Yeah, sorry. Those were the more like proto black metal kind of like early thrash sound. Which is great. But I would have them on my list solely for the album Monotheist.
Strong.
That's a fucking great
album.
And
that was one later in their career.
That was their last album.
I posted this the other day, and I totally fucking agree with you. If you don't listen to Celtic Frost, you're kind of dumb.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
I'm sorry, they're fucking great.
Yeah, Celtic Frost was so hard.
But yeah, so again, just like the sound of that album is just so bleak and heavy that it's beautiful, and I love it. And again, like going back to, you know, what are you listening to the most? Not necessarily like what do you think is the most genre defying or anything like that. Yeah, if I'm just going by spins, Celtic Frost.
For sure.
And then there's a newer band I'm going to have as my last pick. They've only got 2 albums out, but both albums have been stellar, and I'm really enjoying what they're doing. So as long as they don't fucking take like a hard left turn, I'll keep them on my list. But they're called Wolftooth.
Okay, you told me about them, but I haven't heard them yet.
And I think they're out of Arizona, but I don't know for sure. So please correct me if I'm wrong. But they had an album come out earlier this year. Their other album came out a couple of years ago. I actually played with them in Austin during South by Southwest. Not like directly at the same time, like we were earlier in the day and they were later. But checked them out and they were great. And have dug on their shit ever since. And I was going to have The Sword on my list. Oh, but I actually moved Wolftooth into place. Because, and only because, like, if you're talking the first 2 Sword albums, is, I think, absolutely. I am one of those that don't dig on the countryish direction that they took. So that kind of knocked them off the list for me. But anyway, Carrick, I'll let you take it.
Yeah, because I'm totally... The Sword is also on my list.
And it's like, great shit. It's great shit.
Age of Winters and Gods of the Earth and Apocryphon and Warp Riders are all of them, like, great fucking albums. With like, their riffs were so fat and nasty. I've seen them live a couple of times. They sound exactly like they do on their albums.
Dude, seeing them in a packed rubber gloves when it was fucking hot and sweaty... That's a great show.
We'll talk to you. We were at that show.
And that was right when Gods of the Earth first came out. So it's like they had a little bit of momentum from the first album. And the second album, I think, was getting ready to be released. I don't even think they had it for sale yet. But it was just a great show to see them.
But I'm just like, just some of the Tres Brujas, How Heavy the Sax, Across the Black River. Like, they had so many fucking just amazing... In fact, like, my band would not exist without The Sword. Yeah. Because, like, we were like, holy shit, you can just play real metal again. Yeah. Like, and so I really felt like that. Yeah, it was like, I didn't have to be, like, genre metal. I could just do metal. But then I turned into a genre metal band anyway. Yeah. Well, it just happens. So The Sword is on my list. I love them. I fucking hate High and Low Country, though. Like, I fucking hate those albums. I like High Country. I'm with you. I like much. I hate High Country. But that was, I think what it was, I was just so excited about the new Sword album, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's okay, I understand that. That's a fair point. I can understand that.
So, so another one that I think was mentioned by both of you guys, but this is my favorite band of all time, probably, is Candlemass. Yeah. I fucking love Candlemass. I've listened to all 30,000 of their albums, and I've tried to see them live a couple of times. I saw them when they had the guy from St. Vitus in their band. I can't fucking remember that guy's name.
No.
What the fuck was that guy? Anyway, but they were always really good about getting other dudes that could kind of hit that Messiah Marcolin sound, but like, nobody is Messiah Marcolin. Like, that guy was just out fucking rageous. You know what I mean?
They had dude from Solitude Eternus for a bit.
That's what I meant. Not St. Vitus, Solitude Eternus. Yeah. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Wino can't hit them high notes.
No.
And for what it's worth, Solitude Eternus, fabulous Fort Worth doom band.
I misspoke, but that's who I meant. But I cannot remember his name. But it was Solitude Eternus, not St. Vitus.
Shout out to Solitude.
Yes, shout out to Solitude. So that's 2. The Sword and Candlemass is, like, again, one of my favorite bands. I fucking love Sleep. Sleep's Holy Mountain, Dope Smoker,
the last one that they did, the Astronaut. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't either.
It's a good album. It's a good album.
But Dragonaut. That's it. Yeah. But I mean, like, Dope Smoker is essentially an album that is 4 songs. Yeah. And it's fucking rad. And then Sleep's Holy Mountain, like, what it is, I'm a big fan of Al Cisneros. Like, the guy is just a crazy fucking good bass player. Yeah. And because, like, he plays real slow and he's real patient and stuff, but then when he has to, like, get into some shit, like, he can get into some shit. He had another side project for a while. I can't fucking remember what they were called. Anyway, but Alice Cisneros was the man, basically, is what I'm saying. But I have a story about Sleep. They played here in town on Industrial Street at Oaktopia when they used to do that festival.
Yeah.
Which was like mostly a hip hop festival, but for some reason they got Sleep one year.
Right. And
I was at Ghost's house all the way the fuck across town and could hear Sleep. I was just like, damn, that is fucking rad. And so, and I've seen Sleep live because I ended up going to that show, but it was like the loudest shit I've ever experienced in my life. Like, I thought I was going to die. Like, my heart was pumping real fast. And my eardrums were just like, I could feel, like, I could hear the blood in my own veins.
Right.
It's the loudest shit ever. But yeah, Sleep is definitely on my list.
Tight. So that's 3.
That's 3. I'm going to go kind of local with this, I think, is Oberon.
Oberon? There you go.
Who I would consider a doom metal band. I don't know if they'd consider themselves a doom metal band.
I wouldn't imagine.
Suck my dick.
Right? He's talking to you, DJ.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Also, I mean, there's Crowbone as well.
Crowbone?
Who I don't know. Yeah. Actually, okay, I'll put Oberon out for like when we do experimental metal and weirdness, and I'll put Crowbone in. Crowbone is fucking awesome.
Nice.
They're the dudes that have the fucking bus they tore the little bus. Yeah, dude. Crowbone is sick.
Nice local shout out, and you got one more.
Okay. Crowbar's a really solid pick. Pallbearer. I've been listening to a lot.
That's right.
Pallbearer. Yes. Sorrow and Extinction is such a good fucking album. From like first, because like, man, that intro on that album is like a minute and a half long before they actually get kicked into the album.
That and Heartless. Heartless is a fantastic album.
They are, but like,
I got to see them live for the first
Sorrow
time.
and Extinction like takes me to a place.
They're coming out with a new album.
Yeah, they are.
Seeing them live at Gas Monkey was very cool.
I missed that fucking show and I was so goddamn mad about it.
It wasn't that one. I
saw them
in Housecore for the first time.
So what?
The first time I ever even heard of Pallbearer was at Housecore.
Yeah.
And like, that shit blew my mind. Like, I was standing in a bar, I was there like with some website trying to interview assholes.
Yeah.
Which I did not like that job. I don't know why I do it now, but whatever.
Yeah.
And no, this band just comes out, and here's the funny thing about Pallbearer is like, dude, there's no pageantry involved.
Right.
Like, there's they'd show up just in like fucking tennis shoes and blue jeans.
Yeah, they're the dudes from Little Rock, Arkansas.
They're just some dudes from Little Rock, Arkansas, and then they proceeded to play some of the most gorgeous melodic fucking doom metal I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Right on.
It was crazy.
That's some real sad boy shit.
It is some real sad boy shit.
But it's dope.
Yeah, I really love Pallbearer, so I would definitely put them on my 5.
Yeah. All right, well, killer list, man. So check out some Doom. Post some bands that you guys recommend in the comments so that we can check them out. And thanks for checking us out.
You're listening to Warlord Radio Podcast. Please hit like and subscribe at the bottom.